What's going on, people? King Rich is back again with a new video. Big up to everybody that supports the channel as always. I want to talk about something that is very important, and I relate to this topic heavily because I'm someone that has experienced a lot of depression, anxiety in my life, and I know that a lot of guys out there go through this same struggle. A lot of guys actually delete themselves at an alarming rate. A lot of guys are just not really feeling like they have a support system around them, and many guys are just suffering in silence. You know, society conditions men to suffer in silence. It conditions men to bottle down your emotions, you know, suppress how you feel, you know, whatever you're going through, you just got to keep going and keep pushing through. Whereas on the other hand, everybody else's emotions are in top priority. You know, we have to tiptoe around other people because we don't want to, you know, upset them, hurt their feelings. You know, you can't even tell people the truth without them being triggered and stuff like that. Whereas as a man, you know, you will be shamed for sharing your emotions, shamed for expressing how you feel. You know, life is very, very difficult, and I feel that as a man, you are going to live a hard road for the most part, you know, and that's just the way it is, unfortunately, right? So, as many of you know, I'm on a show by the name of Backchat on a channel called Trend Central. And the latest episode that came out, in my opinion, was a great showcase of the dark reality that men face, that, you know, in this world, you don't really have nobody. Yeah, especially in this holiday season that we're in now, you know, people around their families, you know, having a good time. But there are some people out there who don't have anyone. There's some people out there that spend Christmas and New Year's on their own. Maybe they're working through it, or maybe they're just sitting in their house on their own and they're lonely, depressed, you know, and it's hard, it's difficult. And I think that our current society is all about telling man to man up, you know, you're a man, be a robot, you know. But I think that's really unhealthy, and it leads to a lot of men deleting themselves. That's why the rate is so high. Whereas in comparison, I feel that women are allowed to express themselves. They're allowed to air their opinions or how they're feeling about life, and people usually come around and support them. Men don't typically get support from men or women. You know, a lot of times men will feel ashamed if they can't handle what's going on. In my personal experience, I've gone through different phases of depression for different reasons, you know, whether it be loss of loved ones or family members, you know, just not being happy with my position in life, feeling like I'm being held back, and, you know, people betraying me, people abandoning, you know, there's all different negative things that happen in life. But I think that men, for the most part, we just bottle it up, you know. Another reason why we tend to bottle up our emotions is because a lot of times these things can be used against us, right? Again, we can get shamed for opening up in the first place, or we can get shamed later on down the line. You know, you've confided in somebody that you trusted, and then, you know, maybe at the first opportunity that they're upset with you or whatnot, they may throw that back in your face. And that can be very, very nasty. Very, very nasty work. All right. So we are going to review a little bit of the last Backchat episode, because I think that this is very important, and this really showcases how women feel towards men opening up. And I just think that this is just crazy. But anyway, let's take a look at this. All right, let's go.
Gang, so you telling me this the reality for a man? That's it, bro? Nigga, I just got off of work. It's 2:56 in the morning. I don't have nobody to talk to, gang. I don't got nobody to comfort me, gang. I don't got nobody to tell me that it's okay, gang. I have nobody to talk to, gang. And
Look,
even if I did,
look at the women's reaction. Like, look at the expressions on their faces. Now, this video is not targeted at these girls specifically, just them. I think that they are representation of what a lot of women think or how they react. So this isn't about these girls specifically, unless I make it about one of them specifically.
I still can't tell them how I feel because I don't like being vulnerable. I don't like feeling vulnerable. Even if I did explain how I feel, they wouldn't care, bro. Wouldn't nobody care. They're gonna say, well, keep your chin up, keep your head up. What the fuck you think I've been doing this whole time, bro? Niggas is tired, bro.
Bruh. Why is this funny, bro? Like, this is what I'm saying. He even said it. Like, you know, he ain't got nobody, you know, but, you know, society will tell men, keep your head up, keep your chin up, you know, keep working, keep grinding, you know, suppress your emotions, how you feel, etc., etc. You know, just keep pushing through. But, you know, at the end of the day, pain is pain. And men are human beings as well. It's like the world wants you to believe that men are just robots, that, you know, we're just workhorses for women and for everybody else. Yeah, we're just workhorses that are not meant to feel anything. We're meant to be protectors and providers that never complain, that never talk back, that never have an opinion, and also don't criticize anybody else. Don't ever criticize women on what they're doing or whatever, you know. And men are required to have the burden of responsibility, and if the ship sinks, it's the man's fault. And it's just, to me, in my opinion, yeah, I just don't think this is really nasty. This is horrible. Like, men are not machines. We're not cyborgs, bro. We're flesh and blood. We bleed. In a world that never ever cares about how we feel. That never ever cares. And there are a lot of men out there who don't have anyone, bro. There's a lot of men out there that are just lone rangers out in the world, fending for themselves. And I'm not saying that, that everybody needs to come and hug every single man walking around. But I'm just saying, have some kind of empathy. Because at the end of the day, if this was a woman doing this video, which really and truly, if you go to TikTok, you will see millions of videos just like this, where a woman is crying about some garbage. Or the woman is crying about some real issues, right? And, bro, you don't see people just laughing faces. You don't see like a list of guys with laughing faces. You don't see that, bro. But anyway, let's carry on.
Yes, I might be a man, but niggas get tired of thugging, bro.
Why are you laughing? Like, I don't get what the joke is here, innit? Like, men's mental health is a serious issue. A lot of men delete themselves, take themselves out of this world because they can't handle what's going on in their lives. And like, you girls are just sitting there laughing, bruv. You're a lot of evil, fam.
The question is, do you think men struggle to express themselves openly in comparison to women, and why?
These girls are already laughing.
You were laughing
man.
already.
Ops.
You were
Can I
laughing.
explain why I was laughing?
Listen. No one don't give a shit when guys
No
go through
compassion.
shit.
You just started laughing.
Especially
No
women.
empathy.
You don't know why I was
Women don't
laughing.
give a crap.
You
You're
don't know why I
right.
was laughing.
That's why you was laughing.
I was
you
laughing.
was the first one
Don't
to
tell me
laugh.
why I was laughing.
Then her,
Hello,
she
hello.
couldn't keep her face straight.
I was
She's
laughing.
smiling.
I
couldn't laugh.
Wait.
At the
I was
video.
laughing because you played Thames.
Yeah. That's fine.
Why?
That's an excuse. That's an excuse. Cookie saying that she's laughing because she played Thames in the... So what was he meant to... At the end of the day, you don't even know if he edited that video like that. You don't know if it might have been the platform that put the music behind what he was saying. It doesn't matter what the music was. He's not going to put some happy, upbeat music if he's having a moment of sadness. Like, I don't understand that. That's an excuse in my opinion. Do you get what I'm saying? Like, at the end of the day, a lot of, and I've said this many times, yeah, a lot of times, a lot of modern women don't actually like men. Like, I want you lot to really get this through to your heads, bro. Like, a lot of women outside now do not like men. They look at you as someone to be used. You are a workhorse. You are a workhorse, and you're meant to keep your mouth shut. Even if a woman is acting ridiculous, treating you poorly, you're meant to keep your mouth shut and pay all her bills. And even if you have any kind of problem making that money, you better still keep your mouth shut and go and work harder to go and make her life easier, because her happiness is more important than yours. A lot of you guys are married to women that don't actually really care about you that much. A lot of you guys are in relationships with girls that really don't care about you that much. They will jump ship the first sign of trouble, or you lose your job, or you get sick, or maybe a better option, another perceived better option comes around. They're out the door. They're gone. I think that guys need to really understand that for the most part, we're on our own, bro. Especially if you're a black guy. Especially if you're a black guy. I'm sorry, bro. Like, you better understand this thing, bro. Like most women, I'm not saying all women, but most women don't even give a crap about guys. They don't, bro. Like, they care about themselves and that's it. They care about themselves first, then the sisterhood. Because most of the time, they will not hold each other accountable. Bro, like, when you do come across a woman who holds other women accountable, guess what she gets labeled? A pick-me. So women are discouraged from holding other women accountable. That's how real it is, bro. Like, but when a man is messing up, women will hold him accountable and men will hold him accountable. Let's carry on.
It's emotional. So you did the video. You now said, okay, let me put terms. I don't understand.
So you're telling me you recorded a so-called important message and you decided to put "when the world was ending" and you edited that and put it out and thought I wasn't gonna laugh. Are you whining yourself?
You don't know if he put that there. That could have been the platform that put that there. That could have been somebody who reposted it and put that there. You don't know if it was him.
If it was a girl, you wouldn't be laughing.
I would have laughed.
You'd be like, oh,
I would have laughed. No, I would have laughed.
I can relate. My boyfriend cheated on me. You'd be feeling all that shit. Yeah, but when it's a guy, it's funny, bro. When it's a guy and he's depressed and he's hurt, it's funny.
Do you men struggle to express yourself to women?
You just laugh.
Do you?
He makes laugh as well.
You're silent, she's laughing. They can't even stop themselves laughing. That is it right there.
In all seriousness, let me ask you a question. Why do you feel?
In all seriousness,
that
why are you laughing, bro?
No, bro, I find it funny.
Wow. This girl here, Zilla, said, I find it funny, bro. She blatantly said she finds it funny. And listen, it's not just this girl here, bro. There's a lot of women that are like this, bro. They find it funny. When men are going through pain, it's funny to them, bro. Like, it's funny. Just think about how deep that is. It's funny when you go through pain as a man. When they see a man just distraught, depressed, it's funny, bro. Like, is that not like just some really, really dark stuff right there? Am I the only one that's really calculating what's going on right now? Like, and bearing in mind, it wasn't too long ago that Ginger J got dismantled because he made some comments. But before he made comments that got him in trouble, he was opening up. He was sharing his opinions. He was sharing his experiences and things he was going through. And guess what? It was thrown back in his face.
Welcome to episode 14. Yes, I still find it funny with my chest.
I'm gonna say why.
Wow. No remorse. She even made sure she came back another day to come back and say, yes, I find it funny.
Yes, I find it funny.
But tell us
And
why.
the reason why I find it funny is because you put all of this emphasis on women. Why can't men express themselves
Blood,
to women?
you was
What
the
happened
one
to your
laughing.
brethren? Why can't you
You
talk
was
to your
the one
brethren about how you
laughing.
feel?
You was the
Why
one
do I
laughing.
have to care about how you
But
feel?
why is that funny though? But why is that funny?
I find it funny.
Why? But
Because
why?
I do.
Oh,
You're
get the
crying
psychology. I
every
wanna know
day.
the
Men have
psychology
mental
of it.
health. Men have mental health. We can't talk about it.
Look at
All I do is hear it.
Look at
All I do is
that
hear it all day,
is
every day.
mental.
Men suffer. Men suffer. Every day, men expect women to hold their emotions, cater to their emotions. Oh, men feel this, but men are not allowed to express themselves to women. What happened to your friends? You're depressed. You don't have to go and tell a girl. Why can't you go and tell your dad?
Like, it's
That is crazy she would say that, bro. That's so crazy, bro. That's so crazy. And again, it's not just her, bro. Like, this is a very common think process that a lot of modern women have, bro. Like, trust me.
obvious Zilla has no sympathy or empathy towards men. Yeah, she doesn't care about how we feel, what's going on with us. We understand that. Thank you for confessing that, yeah? And I hope your man understands that as well. And he never makes the mistake to open up too much to you.
Zilla, you okay though? Like, you're meant to be your man's support system. Why will you say that?
He never
Why
said
can't you
he
go
wants
and
to go and tell a girl.
No,
He
no,
said he
no.
ain't got no
He said
one.
no. Why can't? Yeah. So what are you doing for your male friends?
Bro, it's not about his male friends or lack
No,
of male
what are
friends.
you doing
no,
for your
the
male friends
point
that
I'm
may have
asking
mental
you
health?
is why do you find it funny that he's in pain? Why do you find that funny? Look, you can't even stop laughing. That is fucked. I don't think you understand how fucked that is. I don't think you understand how fucked that is. Because if it was a girl crying,
She will when this comes out.
yeah,
She will.
if it was a girl crying and we started laughing, you would
You're gonna
rip us apart.
understand what you just
You
done.
would rip us
You don't
apart.
understand
Rip
what you
you
just
apart.
done.
If you want to laugh, you want to laugh. As for me, I
No,
don't
laugh.
need to hold men's mental
No.
health on my head.
No.
If you want to cry and you want to suffer,
I'm not saying you have to
that's
hold
your
it on your
problem.
head. I never said
Men
you have to be
in
his
my
counselor.
circle know who to talk to and how to talk to us. If you want to claim that there's no one out there for you, go seek a therapist.
You're
bro. Go
heartless.
pay
And that's the same logic we should apply to women. Isn't it not? I mean, this is what she's saying. Like, if you ain't got nobody, you know, she doesn't care. So the men in her circle know who to speak to. So, bro, like, this is mad, bro. This is mad. And it just keeps it reminding me of what happened to Ginger J. It just keeps reminding me of when Ginger J was opening up about how he went to jail and his experiences with women and how they treated him bad and blah, blah, blah. And guess what? It was a lot of women that had a lot to say that were using that information against him to the point where they triggered him and he crashed out, bro. Like, this is so hypocritical. It's so fucked up. Like, and again, the reason why I had to do this video, because I don't usually do reactions to my back chat episodes, but this one just hit home because, bro, I've been through the whole depressed mental health episode phase. I've been through it personally, bro. I know that men are going through this right now. It's these kind of holiday seasons where a lot of men, a lot of people, not just men, but a lot of people go through a lot of mental health obstacles because, you know, everybody's at home, they're with their families, you know, no one's at work, so you don't have nothing to distract you away from what you're thinking. You have nothing to distract you from your thoughts. And if your thoughts are dark and negative about yourself and your situation, it can become quite overwhelming. When you flick on the TV or you look at YouTube, the internet, whatever, you see people all happy, playing happy families, you know, giving each other presents and support and help and, you know, all of that. And then you don't have anybody. It could be quite painful. And as I said, I just believe that as men, like, no one don't really care. Like, I'm just being honest. As men, no one don't really give a crap, bro. If you've got actually real good friends, at least one or two good friends, then you're lucky, bro. But there's a lot of men out there in this world, they don't have no one. A lot of men out in this world, they got a wife, they got a girlfriend, but they can't go and tell their wife or girlfriend anything because the woman's going to think he's weak. You might be going through financial problems. You might be going through family problems. You might have some internal demons that you're battling with, but you can't even talk to the person that is your so-called partner, because you know if you open up and show weakness, then they're going to lose respect for you. Press 1 in the chat if you know what I'm talking about. Because a lot of women are going to come out and say, oh, no, I care. You know, I want my man to open up. Yeah, guess what? And then the first opportunity you get, when you get upset with him, you're going to throw that back in his face. Guess what? That's happened to me many times, bro. Many times. You know, you be with a girl, she's your girlfriend, whatever, etc., etc., and then boom. You have an argument, which happens because we're human beings. We don't always agree. You have an argument with your girlfriend, argument with your wife, whatever. Bro, she starts bringing up stuff that you told her in confidence, in weak moments, in vulnerable moments. She told you to be vulnerable and open up, building a bond and connection. Then as soon as she gets upset and she can't control her emotions, she throws it back in your face. Bro, that's happened. Every single girlfriend I've had, that they've done that. Every single one, bro. Every single one. Every single one. Whether they've been black, white, they've been a 304, they think they're a good girl, you know, rich, poor, whatever. All of them have done it. In my experience, all of them have done it, bro. That's why at this point in life, I don't really tell a woman too much. Like when a woman's asking me loads of questions, bro, I kind of hold back. Because, bro, at the end of the day, number one, you don't know how long you're going to be with this girl as well. Even if you are married to them, you don't even know how long you're going to be with them for. Number two, bro, it's probably going to get thrown back and weaponized against you. So it's kind of like a thing of prevention's better than cure. And instead of yapping your mouth off, it's probably best to keep certain things to yourself. Now, I'm not saying, like, as a man, be a complete robot and don't talk. But I'm just saying, don't say everything. And sometimes some things you might say will make you lose your position of power. So you might want to be careful about what you say. This is it. Anyway.
You're heartless. You're heartless. It's calm.
That's fine. I don't mind.
Sorry, Zilla, I can't agree with you on this one. Your husband or your partner should be able to come and speak to you, because if they can't speak to you, who can they speak to? We're supposed to be their peace. So yes, exactly. I would allow my husband to come and speak to me about anything, anytime, rather than going to his friends, if that's what he felt more comfortable doing.
Exactly. What Shireen is saying is 1000% on point. If a woman is playing the role as a girlfriend or wife, she should be the epicenter of the man's safety, peace, all of that, bro. Like mental safety anyway. Do you get what I'm saying? Like, she should be providing a safe space. But the reality is, most of these things walking around don't even like men. A lot of them actually hate men. Really, yeah, they'll sleep with you, might get in relationships with you, but really and truly, they have very misandrist views on men. Bro, you ask the typical woman walking around, yeah, talk to them for a little bit, you start to hear some of their opinions about men, and it sounds very misandrist and very biased and hypocritical. And you know, if a woman, if a woman was in trouble, she would help, but if a man's in trouble, she wouldn't help. You know, and this is just the way society is, bro. Like. It's mad.
To come and speak to me about anything, anytime, rather than going to his friends, if that's what he felt more comfortable doing.
Why is it that you guys feel like you can't express how you truly feel to women? What is it that you feel like there's a barrier? Why?
Okay, prime example.
Okay.
So whatever you're going to say to us now,
yeah,
we have literally not been able to even just take in and process what this guy is talking about. Do you know how hard it is for men to speak out? And he's gone onto social media. Forget the Thames music for a second. Just focus on what he's saying. Like, focus on what he's saying.
Yeah.
And one of the things that I've spoken about, and I've said that you should never cry to your woman, is because women don't care about men's mental health. You care about it on social media as a buzzword. It's cool, yeah. But in reality, you don't care. And what you're proving is what many men have suffered from. And it's sad to think that you want us to come to you, okay? And at the same time, a lot of the times when men approach women and they're vulnerable, women regardless of what you say, it turns you off. You don't want to see a man cry to you. You say you do, but when a man cries to you, you view them as less of a man.
But do you think that's because in the past there was a woman that was there for him, that listened to him, took care of his feelings, took him into consideration, and he fumbled that?
Oh my God. Of course it's the guy's fault, bro. You can't, bruh, let me make myself big, bruh, because I didn't want to make this too much of the Bacho episode. If you want to go watch the rest of the episode, go watch it on Trend Central, yeah? Like, of course it has to be the guy's fault. You can't make it up, bro. You can't make it up. It has to be the guy's fault. If the guy is depressed, if the guy feels alone, if the guy doesn't have anyone to talk to, if he doesn't feel safe to go and express himself to women, it's his fault. This is how the world society is, you know. Literally, and it's not just this issue, it's anything. Anything where in regards to men and women, it's always the man's fault. Always the man's fault. And this is why men go through so much depression and mental health and all of this, because men are under so much pressure. Like, and it's unnecessary. If everybody treated everybody like a human being, then the world will be a better place. But when we only care about women's emotions and women's feelings and just disregard how men feel, then there's a problem there. There's a thing called fat shaming. There's a thing called fat shaming, right? And if you look at social media, if you look at society in general, it only really benefits women. This whole concept of fat shaming. Like, you can't come out and, you know, make certain comments about somebody being overweight, etc., etc. But guess what? We have shows on mainstream TV which clearly openly ridicule overweight men. Now, just the same way a woman who is overweight might feel bad if she hears some negative comments, don't you think a man who's overweight would feel the same way? Oh, but because he's a man, he's a robot and he doesn't feel anything. It's like they think we don't have blood in our veins, bro. It's like for instance, I did a reaction yesterday and some guy, and listen, I just don't respect this thing, but this guy is making a club night where, oh, you have to be over 6 foot to get in this, all the men have to be over 6 foot to get in the club, and on the door he's going to have a tape measure to measure guys to make sure, and if you're under 6 foot, you're getting turned away. Why would you even think to do this kind of rubbish? Like, why would you even want to do this to, like, it's like dehumanizing men or ridiculing, you know. I just think that this world is mad, because at the end of the day, if I was to say I'm making a club night where only women under a certain weight can come in a club, there would be an uproar, bruv. But it's okay to discriminate, because that's what it is. If you're doing a club night where it's like only guys above 6 foot are allowed in, it's called discrimination, bro. It's the same as saying no blacks allowed. It's the same way. It's the same logic. You're discriminating and you have a tape measure at the door just to make sure, oh, bro, you're not quite 6 foot. You can't come in, bro. Turning man away at the door. Think how embarrassing that would be. Think about how embarrassing that is. All to make some women cackle and be like, yeah, only tall guys are in here. This is how evil the world is towards men now, bro. Like, when the majority of men walking around on this planet are not even 6 foot. The majority of men are like 5'10", 5'9", but you're discriminating against the majority just to make these women feel, I don't even know, bro. Just to give them a little boost, like, oh yeah, we don't want no short guys in here. Isn't that crazy, bro? But if I was to say no women above a certain weight are allowed in this club, bro, openly come out and say that'll be a problem. That'll be a big problem. That'll be fat shaming, bro. Sad. That's why it's important that men these days understand you have to support your brothers, man. For real, you gotta be there for your brothers. You gotta support your brothers. It's time we need to stop. We need to stop like supporting other demographics. That's all I'm gonna say, bro. I'm gonna say it in that way, diplomatic, bro. Men need to support each other, bro. We need to support our own movements, bro. All you guys watching, you should have all liked my video, because guess what? If it was a woman doing this video, bro, I'd have twice as much viewers, twice as much likes. I'd have a bag of super chats all over the place. The problem that men have, and the reason why so much men are in depression and go and delete themselves, throw themselves off the bridge and all of these kind of things, is because men don't look out for each other, bro. Women look out for each other, fam. That's the biggest difference. Women look out for each other. This is what I'm saying. This is why women don't hold each other accountable, because they look out for each other, bro. Now, I'm not saying we should copy that, but we should copy the whole concept of looking out for each other, bro. Real talk. Big up Michael I can't say your last name properly, man. I'm sorry, but big up Michael in the chat. I love watching his videos. Big up the Mab in the for the super chat. It says salute King Riches and the chat. Appreciate you, fam. This is what I'm saying, bro. Like they have a sisterhood. Women have a sisterhood. Men do not have a brotherhood. We're all competing against each other. And why are we competing against each other? For box. We're all competing against each other to attract women, bro. Women that, for the most part, they don't even care. They don't even like you. They don't even care if you're depressed, you're happy. They don't care. All they care about is themselves. All they care about is you paying their bills and you making certain amount of money and you being over 6 foot. Not all women, but a lot of them these days. For the most part, most of them, they just want you to have money, bro. They don't care. And that's it. They don't care about your mental health, bro. Not really. Not really, bro. These girls started laughing. The guy was literally had tears in his eyes, talking about he ain't got no one, and it's 2:30 in the morning, and he's coming back from work, and he doesn't have no one to talk to, and he's depressed, he's hurt, he's in pain, bro. Like, bro, these girls started laughing, bro. Like, and this is just that is just an example of reality now, of society right now. Society laughs at men's pain. Bruh. When you go through something, bro, like, it gets used against you, bro. Like, and it's mad because guys don't have no code, because guys are so obsessed with trying to attract women. There's no code, bro. No code. And it's sad. And I've always known this from when I was little. I always noticed that guys start acting stupid when women are around. Guys lose all kind of camaraderie when girls are around. Guys start snaking each other, throwing each other under the bus when girls are around. I used to hate that. I used to bro, press 1 in the chat if you know what I'm talking about. When and I noticed this from young. Guys would just literally turn into different people. As soon as girls come around, now they start trying to act like they're too cool. They act like, I don't know, they're trying to undermine their own friends, throw each other under the bus. I hated that, bro. That's disgusting behavior to me. And some men are still doing it even into old age as an adult. They still do that. As soon as women come around, they start acting stupid. Like, bruh. Men don't have no brotherhood. Men are just competing at each other for used box. You're competing for used, high mileage box. These things have been sleeping around, doing whatever. And then you're gonna throw your brother under the bus. Undermine your brother and throw him under the bus. to impress some used box that doesn't and never will even care about you, really. Crazy. Even if you get in a relationship, the likelihood is they're probably going to walk away from you anyway. There's a high percentage, a high probability that your relationship with them or even marriage with them won't work out, bro. Because majority of them do not have no kind of real duty inside them. They don't have traditional values. They're modern. You know, they always think the grass is greener. You know, they don't really truly care about you like that. And that's it. That's it, fam. Not enough guys are coming out with messages of support for guys. No, most of these messages you see online is talking about how to get your money up and just get your money up, bro. Get your money up so you can go and attract some used high mileage box, bro. That's what it is. Go to the gym so you can attract some used high mileage box. No camaraderie, no understanding, no empathy. Even when they want to give you advice on how you can, you know, live a better life, they still have to put you down, call you a brokey. They have to put you down, like. Bro, like, I don't know, bro. Is it all like all this high value man talk? When all this high value man talk came out, all that crap, which anybody that knows me from day one, you know, I never ever endorsed that ideology ever. I was one of the few people that pushed back against that. That, oh, high value man, this. You're talking about you'd have people who with high mileage who, you know, they've just thrown their box to every bum, low-life, scumbag, criminals, all of this, and they're talking about a man that being a high-value man and a man has to be a protector, provider, and these are not traditional people talking. These are not people that are gonna even have any kind of duty and commitment to you, really, genuinely. No, they don't. Like, this subject makes my blood boil, bro, because, bro, I know what it feels like when you're down. I know what it feels like to be depressed. I know what it feels like to feel despair. I know what it feels like to have no direction. I know what it feels like when you feel like you're just on your own, bro. I know how that feels. I know what it feels when you're abandoned, bro, by people you thought was there for you and they abandon you, bro. I know how that feels, bro. I know it feels when a girl tells you, oh, she loves you, and then the next minute she just abandons you. I know how that feels, bro. Like, I know how it feels how when you've been vulnerable and you've told a girl that you're with, yeah, you've told her things about, you know, things that hurt you or things that trouble you, blah blah blah, and then the next minute they get upset over something very trivial and petty, and then they start bringing all those things up. And they're treating you in a way that you wouldn't treat them. Because you know if you treated them like how they treat you, they wouldn't be able to handle it, bro. But they feel they can do it to you. I know how that feels. I know it feels when you're up, and I know how it feels when you're down. I know it feels when you're making grands every month, and I know how it feels when you're not making nothing, bro. I know how that feels, bro. I know it feels when you get to a point where you don't even know what the point of what you're doing. What is the point of this? Like, you feel like there's no purpose. Yeah, you might be working, you might be getting your money, but you still don't have no purpose. I know how that feels, fam. I know how it feels when you start thinking about, what if I wasn't around? Who would actually care if I wasn't around anymore? And I've had those thoughts in my head. But at the same time, when women are going through stuff, everybody's got to listen. Bro, just go to TikTok, bro. You just go to TikTok. You don't even need to type in anything specific. You'll go to TikTok and you'll see countless numbers of videos where women are complaining and telling everybody how they feel, bro. How they feel about this, how they feel about that, and there'll be hundreds of comments of support and you know, advice, and nobody's putting laughing in the faces. Nobody's laughing and saying, yeah, I find it funny. I just find it funny. Nobody's putting that though. Nobody's saying, I'm just laughing because the background music you put there. Why did you put that background music there? That's too funny. Bro, what do you mean? Now, I'm not saying that men need to turn into wet wipes. I'm not saying men have to go and basically live in this world and try to live in the way women do. I'm not saying that. But I'm just saying at the end of the day, there has to be some kind of empathy towards men, because at the end of the day, this world is built by men. I don't care what nobody says, any garbage anyone comes out and says, bro, it's men that build this world, bro. All right? That's the truth. So any of this other crap is garbage, bro. A lot of guys, they protect and provide, and they do it with no recognition, no appreciation. And now in this current society, you know, you being an average man is not good enough. You just having a job is not good enough. You need to be a millionaire. You need to be making hundreds of thousands a month to be regarded as a guy that anyone should respect. You need to be 6'3". You need to be 6'3" just to go in a club. This is wild, bro. Like, this is wild. This makes my blood boil, bro. Guys, we need to stop competing against each other, bro, and start actually building each other up. When you see a guy and he's doing something that you respect, you should build him up. Don't just look at it, nod your head and walk away. Actually think of a way you can help. It's like I do these videos, bro. Like, these videos are helping somebody, I'm sure. I've done caller shows. Guys have called up and said, you've helped me, you've helped me, you've helped me. Like, bro, like, the simple thing I ask all of you guys, when you watch my videos, just leave a like under the video. Leave a comment under the video, bruv. I know some of you are going through financial problems, so all of you can't super chat. I get it. But the one thing you can do that's free is like the video. Most of you guys won't do it, bro. And I think that's weird, because at the end of the day, like, women back each other up. That's one thing I will say. Women back each other up, bro. Whatever they're doing, they back each other up. That's one thing men cannot knock women for. You can't talk crap. They will, bro, whether they're doing eyelashes, hair, clothing line, a YouTube channel talking about rubbish, you know, doing these little stupid exercise workouts on Instagram, whatever it is. Whether they're doing try on haul, get ready with me video, women back each other up. They will like the videos, bruv. They're near enough. All the people that watch it, all these women, they'll all like the video, leave a comment on and support and say words of support. Men can't do it. Oh, I'm not liking the video. I'm not going to like it. No, I'm not liking it. He keeps telling me to like the video. I'm not going to like it. No. But I'm going to keep watching his videos though. Why would you do that? Crazy, bro. It's crazy, bro. That's why, and big up Ray Carl in the chat. That's why I always remember the people that support my channel, that are always consistent supporters, people that hit the super chat, or people that are always here. Do you get what I'm saying? People that are always here, bro, like. Like, there's people that have been on my channel. Big up Omar. Big up Senator of Truth. Yeah? Big up Tazzy. You know, big up Daniel Karoma. He's not even in the chat, but he's usually always in the chat. Like, these kind of people. Because I understand the value of support. I understand the value of men supporting each other. Do you get what I'm saying? Like, because no one else is going to care, bro. No one else doesn't give a crap. Like, I want you to get this through. No one don't give a crap about what we go through. No one cares. So we have to care about ourselves, bro. Big up Bobby as well. Yeah, Bobby De Niro. I always see you in here as well. So, all I say is this, guys. Really think about what I've said in this video. Think about what you saw in this video, bruv. Think about what you saw and you heard in this video. Yeah, we're going into a new year. Think about it, bro. Anyway, with that being said, you lot take care of yourselves. I think this has been very productive, yeah. I got more videos, more live streams on the way. You know how it goes, man. Follow me on Instagram, King Riches Official, and follow me on TikTok, King Riches too. Yeah, appreciate all of you. Please, all of you, like the video. All right. In fact, let me look at the likes right now. And let me just say, actually, shout out to China as well, because I actually, it was China's video that inspired me to do this live stream. So big up to China, the Mandem's Voice. Yeah, go check out China's channel, the Mandem's Voice. My name is China. Go check out his YouTube channel, because it was his video that I saw that inspired me to do this. And big up to Michael Idarasis. I hope I'm saying your name properly. He's got really excellent videos, but I can't really say it enough. And big up to Eye on the Prize for the super chat. Appreciate you, my brother. Appreciate you. Big up to Omar for the super chat. Didn't you get my super chat yesterday? I don't know, Omar. I don't know, but big up. I'm not sure, bro, but big up to Omar for the super chat as well, man. But yeah, yeah, big up to China. My name is China. Go check out his videos. He's doing well. He was on the back chat episode as well. Big up to everybody. Big up to everyone, innit? Yeah. Yeah, and that's it. Please, please, please support my videos, man. Just like the video. You don't need to. It doesn't cost you any money, bro. Just like the videos, please, all of you. All right. Let's go into the new year with power, bro. All right. But anyway, with that being said, I'm out of here. Peace.